Be'ezus Hashem Yisbarech, we'll continue where we are learning the holy letters of the Baal HaTanya. Letter number 13. The Shir is l'skos l'for shalema for Hinda Basta Barachel. We are learning this holy letter, and it's going on a fascinating journey where we have started the Hagdama to go into the Maisa Bereshis, the act of creation, and to understand within it the perpetuality of creation and how creation is a never-ending, everlasting thing, and that the creation of the world is the most profound miracle of all, because the nature of life is to think that the world is old. The nature of life is that every moment you are given another chance, because every moment is the newness of life. Every moment is contained of two moments: the death of the previous moment, the birth of the future, which gives life and creation to the timeless, spellbounding, unlimited, infinite present. And this concept is unattainable, it's unquenchable, it's undefinable, it's ungraspable. Nor the mind can grasp it intellectually, nor the heart can feel it. It is something that one can only experience, which is life in the present, the miracle of the present moment right now. But the mind only knows the old. The mind only knows the past. The mind only knows the memory. And the heart as feelings that are generated from the past. But it's only for this moment now that the heart can experience. To experience something right now. To know that you don't know can happen now. Everything else, all reflections, all memory, all of the old, all of knowledge, everything is in the past. And for this, we are going on a tremendous journey to understand the essence of creation. And as we explain, the 6 days of creation reframe a person's whole way of thinking. Because in the 6 days of creation, God was creating a mode, a way, a language in which He can integrate and communicate with the Jewish people. And this is a tremendous, enormous revolution, because God is infinite and man is made in His image, and we possess an infinity deep within us. And God wants to communicate with us externally and internally. And this is the tremendous revolution of this letter. You read this letter, you can read it 1 time or 2 times, or you can read this letter and see how vivifying, how exhilarating, how all of the words come to life. How, like the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe said, the words contain timeless energy, and they are bursting forth with tremendous, revolutionary, infinite concepts. And this is exactly what we see in this letter. These letters were sent to people, and they studied them for at least a year. And we try to go very deep into these letters to understand them in their enormity. And over here we see that without going on the journey of the secret of creation, you cannot appreciate the profundity and the depth and the enormity of what he's saying over here. There is a twofold relationship that God wanted with this creation, with man. The first relationship is an external relationship. It is known as a makiftika relationship. It is known as a chitzoniistika relationship. It's known as soivav kalalman. It's known as a chesed relationship. It's yoim. It's known as day. All of these things, gever, gibor, yoim, oir, all of these things are very superficial. They are very shitchiistic. They are very superficial. To relate to you, to smile to you, to have a relationship with you externally, to have multiple friends, to have extrovert relationship is a quantitative relationship. It isn't a backdrop relationship. It is a relationship where you are getting the reflection of my inner core. You may be talking to me and I may be giving you my face. I may be turning my face to you. I may be giving you a reflection of my inner part as opposed to my back. I may not be giving you the cold shoulder, but when I speak to you, when I express to you, when I interact with you, I'm interacting on a superficial note. And this is an enormous thing to understand, that God created in 6 days creation. The first thing he created was daytime. The first thing he created was light. This light is an enormous revelation of God, but it is a superficial revelation nonetheless. And the deep core of creation happened in nighttime. Do you see the vast secret? Many people think creation happens in daytime. There is a creative light in the daytime, but in the nighttime there's an intimacy, there's an internal, essential, intimate moment. In the nighttime we spend time with our family. In the nighttime we have an internalization, reflective, a deeply detailed cheshbon nefesh, a deeply detailed tshuva, a return, a deeply qualitative rebounding, a or choizer. Is creation or yashar, or is it or choizer? Is it the light? Is it the daytime? Or is it the nighttime? Is deeply reflecting, expounding, inner actualization, inner feeling, inner yearning, inner passion, deep emptiness from one spouse to another, deep yearning for knowledge, deep reflective, a deepest boinedness, a deep cheshbon nefesh, a deep tshuva, a deep regret, a profound rebound. Is that creation? Or is creation something that you get for free, that you get a gift, a light, something superficial? Do we squander life because we feel how every moment is so precious? Or is it because there's unlimited amount of days, there's unlimited amount of time? And to understand the enormity of what he's saying over here, is feminine the real way or the masculine the real way? Who creates the child? Is it the man or the woman? They both provide for the creative process. But creation is really done by man. Creation is really done by man, meaning as opposed to God. By feminine, by the woman as opposed to the man. It's taking something and bringing it to its conclusion, bringing it to its completion, making it real. And that is the secret of the 6 days of creation, the Yom Shekulei Shabbos. The Jewish people were created on Tuesday. They were created on the Tuesday of creation, the 3rd 1,000 years, Yaakov Avinu. Everything was all formed so Yaakov Yisrael should be created. Because Titan Emes Yaakov. But Mishabocher be Yaakov Ubona, but Yaakov is 15 million, 18 million Jews. Yaakov, Bnei Yisrael, Israelites. Eretz Yisrael. Ayid, Yehuda, Yehudi, a Jew. Yeshurun, Yisrael, Jacob. We are the ones who make God real in this world because we have a qualitative, feminine, a pneumistic, what he calls a yira. Yira means fear. It means to be in awe. But why are we in awe? Holy secret of this letter is that the overwhelming revelation of God, God's awesome kindness of daytime, is internalized by us at nighttime. Do you understand? In the interactive relationship between husband and wife, between student and teacher, if there's a massive teacher, overwhelming, vast amount of knowledge, knows all the books, and he's throwing all the quotations, and he's showing how he knows all the Kol HaTorah Kul, his student is going to sit there spellbound in fear. Not a fear of his teacher, but a fear of awe, a tremendous, overwhelming, a yiush, an insignificance, and he hopes to retain some nucleotic energy, some essential qualitative knowledge. And now he has to summarize and extract the nucleus of this enormous revelation from his teacher. So it is the expansive daytime revelation of the teacher that forces the student to go inward and to try to retain some of the knowledge that the teacher gave. So God's daytime wakes up in us at nighttime. And that's what we were saying. The Sunday is the birth of daytime, even though it has night. And the Monday is the birth of nighttime, even though it has day. And it's on Tuesday when we realize that the Jewish people were born, because that is the birth of the Jewish people and God. So primarily Sunday is focusing on men and Monday is women. But more detailed, Sunday is the revelation of God and Monday is the creation of man. And on Tuesday they interact, which that interaction starts to show us that the real reality of this world is the Jewish people, the feminine, the nighttime, the ones who will make it real. And that is the secret of this holy letter. What is real life? What is real creation? Many people think that real creation is superficial. The holy Baal HaTanya explains, Mogen Avraham means to create a shield around Avraham, what we say in Shemona Esrei every day. This is to limit, to narrow down, to hold on to God's goodness. And that's what he's saying, Marav Tuvcha shetzafanta l'reecha. How vast, how awesome is the goodness that you put away, that you put into those that fear you. They are on the left side because they are overwhelmed by God's kindness. But why are they modest? Why are they introvert? Why are they limited? Why are they al yivazes yosem mechoimish? Because they're not giving more than a fifth to tzedakah. He goes to the core of it because they are introverted people. They are qualitative people. They are truthful. They want to hold on to the revelation of God. Do you understand? You cannot give the secret of the Torah, the daytime of the Torah. You cannot give the light of all of it. Only somebody who's yearning for more, only somebody who's in fear. In fear, the doeg b'kirbe over here is a dual idea. It's an idea of encapsulating, holding on to. God is giving goodness and kindness. Look at the world, a vast world, so much quantity. But the quantity means nothing. The quantity of mineral, the whole world is one big mineral. It's one big rock. Then the vegetable makes up most of the world. And then the animals, much, much less than the vegetable. And the humans, few billion compared to the mineral. And then the Jews, 15 million. And then the ones who fear him, the ones who are internal, the ones who are truthful, the ones who are compassionate, so much less. And the same thing in our time, in our life. When a person dies, you talk about their legacy, their life. They were such a great husband, such a compassionate person. 5 minutes, you summarize a person's life. A person's time when he's really fully alive, when he really cares about his children. When a person's about to die, you say, give me 5 more minutes, give me another day, give me another And all of a sudden now he wants to do life-giving activities. And that's the secret, what he wants to share over here. He's going to the depth of right and left, of introvert and extrovert. Introvert means to hold on, to be a nighttime Jew. What does that mean? To make God real. It means to limit myself, not to give kindness. It says because you are sourced in the left side, because you have this overwhelming revelation of God. Overwhelming revelation. And now you can make it real. You can suffer with another person. Because this overwhelming has caused you to become introvert. It's like the relationship between husband and wife. The husband is kindness. He's masculine. He's all over the place. He's like a bocher. He doesn't know what hit him. And a woman is going to narrow him down. She's going to chisel him. She's going to criticize him. She's going to bring out his qualitative nature. She's going to challenge him in every area. Intimacy, in making a job, in taking care of the children. Do things that you're not used to. Narrow yourself down. Because you cannot be just in an expansive nature. In order to be real, in order to create children, in order to create a home, you can't just travel the world and not make your bed. You have to be narrowed down to your home. So a woman will refine and chisel and crystallize and bring out the qualitative truth of her husband. And the same thing in their communication. If she doesn't understand what he's talking about, it's because he's speaking in spiritual terms. And he has to narrow himself down and speak her language. And he thinks he's doing her a favor. He misunderstood the truth of the interaction of God and the Jewish people. Because he represents God and the Jewish people represent the wife of God. Which the wife, Chava, came from Adam. They are one unit. Chachma and Bina, Chesed and Gvura, Netzach and Hoy, Yesod and Malchus. They are one thing. Arech and Atik, Ratzon and Tainug. Shamayim and Oretz, all these things, they make one unit, one world. Atik and Arach come together in Kesser. Chesed and Gvura come together in Das. Chachma and Bina come together in Das. Chesed and Gvura come together in Tveres. Netzach and Hoyd come together in Yesod, and Yesod and Malchus. These are all cryptic terminology to teach us that you're all two sides. The right hand and the left hand. The right side and the left side. Is just about the core of the heart, to come together, to have it come real. Your makeup, if you're a man or a woman, is these 10 energies. You're becoming real in this world. And if you're feminine, you're more qualitative, you're more truthful. But it just means that you're going to give back in a more truthful manner what's given to you. And this is the tremendous revolutionary idea, that your husband is sharing with you love and knowledge, and you're restricting it and pushing it away, because it's too vast. It's too superficial. It's not able to be, there's no Mogen Avram, there's nothing to contain it, there's nothing to make it real. But it's not because you don't want to give out. It's not because you don't want to hold on to. A woman's job is to cook the child for 9 months, and she'll give out a real, living, breathing child. And it's that qualitative nature, what he wants to share with over here. The qualitative giving is something enormous, because a rich man in general will shame a poor man. A rich teacher will overwhelm his students and cause fear. But it's those students that later on, it's that poor man. It's that person who internalizes. It's that communication between husband and wife, where the husband shares his love. And now the wife gives it back to him. For the first time in his life, he got something real. Even the love he gave wasn't fully real. But she's manufactured it. She's nucleotized it. She's taken out the nucleus of that love, and she's given it back to him. So for the first time in his life, he's gotten real love, because the love he's given was just superficial. But she's planted a garden from those seeds, the seeds of love. So his own love that he's giving her, she's giving back to him. And she's a Ezer Kenegdo. This is the tremendous secret what he's sharing with this letter. That the Yira Hashem, the Yiras Hashem, the Tzafanta L'Riecha, means my Rav Tufcha only becomes real when it's Tzafun in Yiriecha and you give it back. It has no meaning. You think that modest people are just supposed to be modest. The whole idea is to internalize, to qualitative. You must give it out. The whole idea of the birth of this nation is to hold on to Yisrael, Yasser to narrow down the kindness of God. El is chesed. But it's to make it real. Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, the birth of this nation, they made God real in this world. To understand this in its entirety. This vast enormity of what he's sharing over here. The relationship of daytime and nighttime. Nighttime is making something real, but it's not, so there shouldn't be night. Laila kayom yoyer is the purpose. The purpose is Shabbos, when all 6 days will come to light. The purpose of all of it is Shabbos is Shvisa, is Shabtai, is Choshech. It's empty. But what was put away for Shabbos? Ma'arav tufcha shetzafant l'reich. You know what was put away for Shabbos? In Shabbos you have all. There's no mon on Shabbos. There cannot be any revelation on Shabbos. Because all of God's eyes, all of God's Rav Tuvcha, Eretz Asher Tomed Einei Hashem Elokecha Bo Mereishis Hashana Al Akrishon, Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael is a bechin of Shabbos. There's Chutz La'aretz Chul Yemois HaChoil. And then there's Shabbos Kodesh, Eretz HaKodesh. Eretz Yisrael is me'ein la'asad lovei. It's Eretz Asher Tomed Einei Hashem Elokecha Bo. But it's so vast, it's so enormous. The idea is to hold on to that, but not to give it back. That's the secret of what he wants to share with this letter, that he's asking the introvert people, the people who think, the people who are very internal, intimate, that they should understand that they have to give also kindness. But it's a reframe entirely on everything that we know. It's a reframe on our relationships. To understand that all the time, husband and wife, creating love, they're creating voyul basarecha, they're creating kol pashem techasa, they're creating one unit, but from internal. And the more internal the person is, the more what they're going to give back is going to be never ending and everlasting. It's going to be Rav Tuvcha. Because he says there are 2 types of people. There's Asher Pa'alta. There's those that are daytime people, which are masculine, primarily my superficial relationship, my daytime relationship. But then there's intimate, feminine. And how confused we get by those that are introvert, by those that are feminine, by those that are more tzniistic, they're more, how they get confused and how we get confused. To understand the essence of tznius, the essence of modest. It's not so there shouldn't be any giving. It's so sure it should be real, it's qualitative, echos, as opposed to kamos. To understand this in its entirety, to understand this, the real compassion is to suffer with another person. And it comes only from the feminine, from the receiving ability. If I'm not in a space of receiving, so this liriecha, why am I so modest? Why am I so in fear? Because I'm receiving from God. I'm from the left side. If I'm receiving, then I could give. Then I have doig b'kirboy. Then I feel empty. So for sure, that's what the Baal HaTanya is sharing over here. That's why in the footnote that they make a mistake. They say that the casting fear on the students is an expansiveness of chesed. They misunderstand. We're going to go deeper into it. The holy Baal HaTanya over here is trying to say that when God is giving vast kindness, he's overwhelming his population. He's making the Jewish people who get that kindness, they become qualitative. They want to hold on to that, but not so they shouldn't give it back. So what they give back is real, just like a woman who's give back to child. And that is the tremendous revolution of what he's giving. So the harder it is, the more you're in touch with Yitzchak, the more you're in touch with Gvura, the more you're on Ani, the more you feel that you can give, is the more that you are able to give. And in fact, V'yivruchu Hashem, who was blessed more than anybody, Yitzchak, because Nimtza Me'ashara, because he found 100 times what he planted. Why? Because it was the Eretz Kosher, it was a Shana Kosher. When Yitzchak, he's digging wells. He's a nighttime person. Yitzchak Yikar L'Chazara. He represents the Jewish nation. But when the Jewish nation will give, then it's the Maya Nukvan. When the nation of the Jewish people will give back, when they will give charity to each other, then it's V'yivruch Hashem, then it's Ad B'lidai, then I'm Irbeisi Lechem Shamayim, I'm going to open the heavens. And then I'll give Ad B'lidai. That is the whole secret. The Marav Tuvchat, it's all in line with everything he's trying to share about the internal, essential nature of the kindness of the Jewish nation. So the more intimate you are, the more refined you are, the more introvert, the more you're able to suffer with another and give.